Hello and welcome. I'm Shika Goel, illustrator, and it's time to level up your illustrations. So, today we are going to learn how to make croquis and develop croquis using different shapes like rectangle, circle, polygon, hexapolygon, or other shapes, whatever you want. So here the main challenge is to shape them properly. So in previous class we have learned to make croquis using pencil tool. But why we are not going for the pencil tool here is, and what's the difference is because we have always learned you can fill colors only when the figure is enclosed, when all four or whatever corners the shape has, it is totally enclosed. There is no space behind them. So this is the thing that we have to keep in mind. And when we trace by using pencil tool, there are lots and lots of notches and there's a lot of parts that left open. So that is why we cannot fill colors in those croquis. So here that is why we are going for particular shapes and then shaping them aligned with the croquis. So let's get started. For that, you need to have a croquis and then let's use our shape tool. So suppose I have a croquis pasted over here. Minimize it. And beside using our pencil tool, we will use circle to shape it. This is a handmade croquis, by the way. So, all right. So now the page is all set to start. And so what the concept is, first of all, let's learn and study the concept of shaping. In previous class, I have told if this is our pencil tool, how do we shape it? Take the shape tool, that is F10 tool, add nodes wherever you want by double clicking and drag. Double click, drag, double click and drag. If you want to subtract any of the node, then suppose I want to delete this node, then go to this and double click and it is deleted. The path is now totally straight. Suppose here there is curves that are arising, but you can see here this is straight line. I want to convert this line into curve. So how I will do this? Select the node and you can see some options above, and there's an option convert to curve. So click and you can see some arrows have appeared. These are the arrows and hence our straight line is converted into curve. Now let's take rectangle tool. Suppose, so here procedure or you can see one step is deleted. That is, if we take the shape tool, there's a yellow path. You can see this yellow path. That means, that indicates that you cannot shape it. But how? Right click on your mouse and you can see first option, that is convert to curves, and control Q is the shortcut key for this. So do convert to curves, and wherever you will drag the node, it will go that way. And you can see the lines are totally straight over here. So if you want to make them smooth and make them curvy, select the node, convert to curve, and you can see some arrows have appeared. These arrows have appeared, which will help you to convert these nodes into curve. Arrow has appeared and done. So it's good. This is one of an option to do with rectangle. But the best and the easiest way is always go for circle. Yes, always go for circle shape. So if this is a circle and we want to convert into curve, so let's do control Q and shape tool. So if we will drag any of the node, suppose this to this and here, and add any node here, so you can see the curves are already there. We don't need to select the node and go for convert to curve and then do, right? Here are no straight line because circle is already round, circle already has its curve, right? So we can easily go for circle and we don't need to do particularly select the node and convert to curve and then just drag our arrows to make it curvy. So circle is much easier, and you can see if we want to just color these enclosed figure we can, but in pencil tool this becomes very difficult to color. So yeah, let's delete it and then start to shape. One second. And so what I'm going to do is, here are two tips that we need to follow. You can see this is the head area and this is the all body part. So we will construct it in different two different circles, one for the head area and one for the body area, and then we will gonna trim that. So starting from our head area, let's take the circle, then let's do control Q and shape. Now you can see the red part, so it means the circle is ready to shape. Add node and make it aligned with the croquis that is given. You can have any croquis, whatever you want, your handmade croquis or whether download it from the internet, and make it aligned. For ears, you can have another shape or you can just adjust in this one only. It's up to you. This, add node, this, add node, and shape. So here, what I will do is, I'll just, one second, I adjust this in ears in this only. So we will not take another shape for the ears. So I'll adjust it in this part. So let's zoom out and see, check it out. If we will select this, we have got our head area. So this is how we need to shape this. Now the head is done, and for the neck, head and total body, we are going to select one circle, and let's take this. Then right click for control Q, or you can just simply control curve. So take the shape tool, this is circle, and convert to curves, or you can just click control Q. Zoom, make it aligned and at the center. Now again shape, zoom as much as you can. As I've already told you in previous class as well, it is better to zoom on a specific area where you want to shape or trace to get the proper detailings and proper alignment. It is very necessary to zoom and trace. So let's do this. We will leave this part as it is, as we will trim this head and the body part to get our perfect aligned figure. So leave this part as it is. You can also make your head to toe in one circle, and it's optional, but this is the best way right now that I'm teaching you. And this is done, right? So similarly, we have to shape each and every part. But here comes a major challenge when we come onto our hand area. So in hands, our line will divide into two parts, and let me tell you that too once we complete this. All right, so now you can see this part is dividing into two. One is in the hand and one in the leg. So if we gonna outline only this part, this thing will never be traced. So we need to trace the gap as well. So what we will do is select this knot, select a knot in between the space, like this space, and then till the armpit, reach that to the armpit, and then what we can see is that line has been divided into two portions, one for the hand. We have got enough line for our hand, so you can just make it to the elbow, and then this part for our body figure. So this is how we need to divide one line into two sections. And let's do it. Right, so do it nicely and carefully, because we are the shaping is the main thing in illustration, because in shaping we see whether any line is not uh, is disfiguring or is not aligned. So we have to manipulate our notches and paths according to that. And this is the final step basically, because in pencil tracing we have two steps, that is trace and shape, but in this the shape is already given, we just have to shape it out. So here we have now aligned our lines according to the croquis and divided into two portions. That is done. This is how we have to repeat in each and every croquis. This is the main art and technique we have to follow to divide in sections. Sometimes what happen is the finger or the hand movement get collide into the body figure. So we have to manipulate the same in the same manner we did this time. The whole game is to add, to subtract the note, to just drag the arrows, as well as to divide the same line into different sections. This is the whole game of shaping, and is very important for croquis development and draping. In draping also we have a lot of line to make, lots of curves to make, and different part of a garment. So it's very important to divide. Here also what I'm doing is This was the same straight line, but I'm dividing it. One portion is for this leg and the middle is line. I have made it till the crotch level. So this is how we do for the legs as well, because that's not a good way that we will go for different shapes each time for different portions of our body. It's not good to do one circle for one hand, another circle for another hand, so the illustration will not look finished that way. We have to keep in mind the finishing as well. We have to be very finished with our hands. We should have excellence in our hand regarding this. Then only our illustration can look beautiful. And this is the first step only, the croquis development. So it should be done nicely. Shaping and tracing is the main art of our croquis development. So we need to do it very carefully, and we are almost done. The legs are done, only one side portion of our hand is remaining. And you can see it is very easy thing to do. Shaping is really easy, just that we have to add, subtract our nodes, manipulate our nodes. That's it. So here is also a division. So let's divide once we complete the outer line. Keep saving it as well. Right. So now this is the challenge. I have done the outer line, but what for this inner line? ये जो हमारा inner line है, what we will do for this? So we will add a knot and drag it to the armpit. So what happened? Our line has been divided into two sections again, and make a line, one line to this section and one to this. So now we have got our lines for our inner curve as well. Right? So this is how we need to manipulate our lines according to ourselves, and make it complete. Sometimes we need to overlap our lines on one another, like we are doing here. We are overlapping. So let's check it out. One line on another, one on another. Okay. Okay, so it's almost done. So you can see this is almost done. Everything is totally aligned and perfect. Our hand area is done. So this is how we need to do our croquis part. Now what we do is, let's just remove our picture, and here we need to make it quite curvy. If you think there is something to correct or anything that is not in proportion, you can adjust that. So here another thing that we have to keep in mind is this and this portion, like Yeah. So these are in two parts. So what we need to do is we have to make it in a one line as shown in here. So select the head portion, right click on your mouse and come to order and to the front layer. So what will happen when we will gonna trim both of the thing, this line, that jaw line of our head will come in front. So let's select, and you can see both of the object are selected, and just check out the second option, that is trim. So if we suppose if we combine, so what will happen, this will come in a whole one figure. Our each and every line between the object will get deleted. If we simply trim, then our head and the other object will separate, but with one line. There will be no two three lines. So again, if we just apply third option, intersect, let's see what happened. So we have got an intersection point, this. So this is, let's not get very much into it and trim for better finishing. This is how we make croquis, and this is how we need to do it nicely, because trim will help you to get a perfect jaw area. And always remember to do your head area in your first layer. So of course, always go to order, and as we have already done it on the front layer, so the options are now available at the back layer. So this is done, and this is how we do our croquis area. Let's save it. Control E for the export. And if you want to select it in a PNG format or your JPG file, you can do for that also. It's up to you. And export. So the option will come again. So I don't want this in this space only. I don't want this croquis in just a simple rectangle figure. I want my white space to come. So what I'm gonna do is I'll shape it in a rectangle with a rectangle, this much area, and I don't want this rectangle to be visible. So I'll do none, and then I'll do Control E, JPG, export. So now check out the difference. The white area is also selected. How much, that much I want. So I needed this much white area. I made a rectangle. I did the none hairline and done. So if I do OK, this will be done. Let's do Control Q and Control S. So you can check out this. Now Control S, and the croquis is totally ready. This is how we do our croquis. One thing also that you have to check once you are done with your croquis part is that if you want to color it, okay, suppose you want to do whatever color you want. If you are going for stylized croquis, so you can see the color is filled. But if you will apply the same thing in the pencil croquis that we did with the pencil tool, so there no color can fill, because there are a lot of open parts in that. So this is the need of using shape tool and different shapes to make your croquis development. So I hope the concept is clear, and if you have anything to suggest me or any new topic you want me to give tutorial on, just comment me in the comment section. Give me your reviews, your feedbacks is welcome. And thank you so much, my 1K family. Thank you so much for supporting me this far. Keep supporting, subscribing, and hit the bell icon. Keep sharing my videos, and thank you so much.